shots that we can actually get. Oh, I think we're here.
I think we are ready to start. Good morning.
Good morning. Are we on? We are on. Welcome to the living room with a focus on living. My name is Lori Fay, and I am here with my co-host Christine McCauley.
Good morning.
Joanne Maxwell and Morgan Maxwell. And we are going to shoot the shit today.
No plan. We're winging it today.
We got no plan. Well, we have a plan, but we don't have a plan.
Chit-chat.
We're going to chit-chat all day long because you know why? We have a lot to talk about. And what ends up happening is we come to the studio and we stand in a little area and we yak for about a half an hour before the show starts. And then when we get on the couch, we're like, we should have said that on the show. Right. So I just have to say a couple of things because once I get on a rail, I neglect to thank and give the proper shout out. So I want to give a shout out to Dawn Kostakis. Thank you so much for a great night last night. Massapequa Mamas Group and Long Island Loyalty. It was a fabulous evening. Joanne had a Christine had to pull me out because I literally was on the dance floor like, yeah.
She's the party girl. I was the party pooper.
And Christine's like, all right, I'm out of here. It's late. And I'm like, well, like 15 more minutes. My husband actually came to pick me up, and I sent him away. I sent him a text, and I said, I'm staying. I'll get a ride. You know, it was like I was 17 in Malibu in Long Beach.
Oh, gosh, Malibu.
It's
that
crazy.
brings back memories.
So I want to just give a shout out to Dawn. It was really, really great night. I guess she creates this event on Massapequa Mamas Group and invites a bunch of people. And it's really not, it's not really, what's the word? It's not really focused on networking, but at the end of the day, you do meet people that you want to meet in regards to business or, you know, even making new friends.
Yeah, and there was a charitable component to it. Anytime they do something, there's always some sort of component in raising money. We did a 50-50 there last night to benefit a family who very tragically, within the last year, I'm not quite sure when, the dad passed away, and there's young kids, and so there was a 50-50, and all the proceeds will go to help them.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And you know, Christine and I were, I want to say, amongst the older women there because there weren't a lot of women our age there. At least that's what we felt.
Happening more and more these days.
Yeah, so we were like the hags of the evening. But you know, we had a good time anyway. And you know,
what are you laughing at, Morgan?
You know what was really funny though? I'm on the dance floor and I'm dancing, and there's another girl. She's probably half my age, and she's dancing. And I'm thinking to myself, listen, you can't mess with me because I used to dance in a cage. I used to dance
with a sequin bra on.
Yes, I did. I used to dance at Zachary's in a cage. Actually, I danced in 2 nightclubs in a cage, but I forget the name of the other one. But Zachary's.
How many people can say that?
Not a lot of people can say that.
You are a Renaissance woman. You've just done it all.
You know what?
Good for you.
It was one of those things where I was dancing at Malibu one day, and somebody came over and said, you know, you have a lot of energy, which most people can.
You?
Yeah,
I'm surprised you got that vibe.
And they said, would you like to dance in a cage? At you know, dressed obviously, but you know, and I got paid, and I would dance in a cage all night, and it would wrangle people to get on the dance floor.
I mean, the way things are looking for me, that doesn't sound bad.
Uh-oh, Mom.
I'll do that a couple nights a week.
It wasn't bad money, and you want to know
whatever
the truth?
pays the bills.
People used to buy me drinks, but the truth of the matter is, back then I never drank.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, thanks, no thanks. I drink water. I mean, I never really drank until I had kids, which I never.
That's hilarious. Do you realize how funny that is?
I know. I smoked cigarettes like a fiend, but I never drank until I had kids.
That's funny.
So
it was
anyway,
a fun night. It was
a good night. I would do it again. It was at Taste here in Massapequa, and they have great food, great little pizzas, great little hors d'oeuvres. You guys are having some
fabulous. If you go for dinner, you know, just fabulous Italian food. It really is. Is
so
upscale Italian. This Italian girl, is very picky about her Italian food. So it's never as good as Grandma's.
And they are a member of Long Island Loyalty. So
I believe they do.
The Long Island Loyalty is a company that Dawn Kostakis and a group of other people created to try and push everybody to shop local. So if you go to the website longislandloyalty.com, you can read a little bit about it. I actually have the card, and when I get a chance, I'm going to download the app. The way it works in the simple form is that you have this card or this app, and when you go and you purchase something at a company that's a member of Long Island Loyalty, you get points on your app, and then you get things for free. So you were going to shop there anyway. And there's no fee to belong as a person to Long Island Loyalty. I'm not sure about the businesses. The businesses can check that out, but there's really no downside, and it really does remind you to stay within our community because like Dawn was saying on Massapequa Mamas Group, I think last week I saw a little post that talked about how stores are shutting down and we're all going to be in front of screens, you know, doing everything. I get all about Amazon and shopping on Amazon because I do it all the time, but you know, if you have the time and you're going to go get in your car, try to stay local. There's a lot of great businesses right here on Long Island. You don't have
owned by great people who want to make a living and be happy and give back to their community. They all, whenever there are charitable events, many years ago, I was the special event manager for a large nonprofit. So we would need, you know, baskets for the raffles at our events.
And they all gave.
All these small businesses gave, and let me tell you, they get hit up numerous times a day, and it was so rare that someone said, I'm sorry, I just can't. And that's okay if they couldn't.
Yeah.
But I would say 99% of the time, yes, and whether it was an item, whether it was a $25 gift card,
gave.
or a $100 gift card, sometimes I'd be blown away that this little business would say, you know what, that means a lot to me. Here you go, $100 gift card.
So here's the thing. Lots of times when you're working, and I can attest to this, I go to work, I wake up at the crack of dawn, do my thing, I go to my office, I don't come out of my office until 5, 6 o'clock at night, and then I go home, I cook dinner, and by that hour I'm not doing anything. But what I was learning last night at the event at Taste with all these women, and there were men there too with their groups and businesses that they wanted to get out there. There are so many, and this show is not just for women, and I don't want to act like it is, but it just so happens that Christine and I are women, and we have a lot of women friends. So far we've had, you know, mostly women on the show, but there are a lot of women out there creating small businesses which enables them to live a better life, be better parents, contribute to society in a more productive and more positive way than just getting on a train and going to Manhattan and never seeing their family.
Sure.
So when you shop on Park Boulevard and you shop at Kim Trito's store, or you shop at
Yours
the
to
deli,
Treasure, great little gift
Treasure,
shop.
great little store that you we were going to have her on the show and she wasn't able to make it, but at the end of the day, you know, it's great customer service. It's funny because somebody was saying, why don't you shop in stores? Why would you rather go online? One of the reasons why I go online is because customer service in places like Target and big stores stinks.
Terrible.
They could care less. I'm going to tell you right now, I went into, what's that, What a Girl Wants? My girlfriend Rosa works there. I walked in that store and Rosa was on me like white on rice. She had 17 things in the dressing room, and I'm not gonna lie, I bought 16 things because she was getting me stuff that was my size. She knows me, so she was getting me stuff that she knew I would like for my style, and I pretty much bought everything that she got, except for maybe one sweater.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous store. I love that store.
Oh, it's a great
Oh,
little
it's
store.
really. I've often, anytime I've gone, I say, oh, I really want to work here.
Yeah, it's a great little store, but you know,
store.
and it's a young girl that
It's a lot of fun stores like that.
Yeah, and like
around.
last night, Anne-Marie from Lola's Lookbook, again, we're out last night. She's wearing a jacket. Christina and I love the jacket. She's literally going into her phone, putting the jacket on order for us, and you know, we will have that jacket within a week.
It's customer service that you don't get in those big box stores.
Yeah,
and
you
don't.
It's, you know, when you go into Target, it's like you're at your own risk. You're just looking through shelves. You don't know what's going on. Nordstrom, same thing. I don't care what price point you're at. I've been in Nordstrom. I've been in Bloomingdale's. They could care less. So I hear stuff in the background, and I hope you guys don't hear it. We're going to try to ask them to shut it down.
Hey, listen, Lori, since we're doing shout-outs, I've wanted to do this for the last few weeks. I would like to give a shout-out to this room we're sitting in.
Oh, Bobby.
Paradise Studios, owned and run by Bobby Lacera, who happens to not be here today. But it's a beautiful little studio. On Thursday nights, he has an open mic night. You can come down if you sing, if you have a band, you can come down and perform and network with other musicians. The space is available for rent. He has a little retail section with wonderful smelling incense and some Long Island apparel. It's the incense, isn't it? So
and
nice.
there's a lot of great little shows going on in the studio, and it's really cute.
Exactly.
I mean, we just happen to be on the living room set, but there's sets in the back. So if you want to do if you have a business and you want to do some infomercials or stuff like that, you can tape one here.
Very reasonable prices for the airtime.
It's a little obscure where it is, so it's right next to Leonardo's Pizza.
Yeah.
Right across the street from Massapequa train station. So it's Paradise Studios. You can find them online.
Yeah.
But it's a great little space. We're actually right of us right now, facing out to a beautiful open window with the sun shining through. We've been trying to kill the lights in this place since we started the show.
Yeah, it's not good for the
Over
under-eye
50,
circles we
overhead
have at
lighting
this
for
age.
anybody over 50 is the kiss of freaking death. Like, I literally want to blow my head off
It
every
is
time
the
I watch
bane
this
of
live
my
show.
existence.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, this is a radio show, and the fact that we have to do Facebook Live blows my mind, because I would rather just be like with my hair up on top of my head and in a dark room. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to just say, I think I wanted to just say one more thing. Way back when, the show was held on an evening, and it revolved around a bunch of girls having a wine night. So by popular demand, Christine and I have decided to change the day of the show. So starting February 14th, which is a Wednesday night, we will be on the couch with the girls with the wine. So I think we're going to be wine down Wednesdays in the living room starting February 14th. And I hope you guys will tune in. So when you put those little kids to bed, or you tie them up and make them guzzle Benadryl.
Stick them in front of a video. Yeah.
Stick them
Give
in front
them your
of a video.
iPad.
Give them an iPad, shut them up. I remember a quick story years ago. Oh my God, this is funny. I never got addicted to shows, but my husband and I were addicted to The Sopranos. So on Sunday nights, which is when the show, I think it was Sunday nights when the show aired, my husband and I would be like really good parents, and we would say, okay, guys, you're gonna go to bed now, and we would try to put them to bed because we didn't want them to hear the cursing or the content of the show. So we would get them to bed, and we would have like the glass of wine, the food, whatever we were gonna do, and we were addicted to The Sopranos. We would sit there and start watching, and like one of the kids would get up, or they would both get up, and we would be like, get it! And then I would start being like a crazy woman cursing at my kids. I was cursing at them because I didn't want them to hear cursing, but and there was no you couldn't tape it at that point.
There's no on demand.
There was no on demand. I mean, you could tape it on a VCR tape, but you just wanted to know exactly what was going to happen, when it was going to happen. So I was a wild woman. I hope that we get to that stage where you literally lock up your kids so you could hear Wind Down Wednesdays in the living room with the girls. So we are going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. I don't know what we're going to start off with. Maybe we'll start off with Christine's Corner. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we come back. We'll be right back.
Have you heard? Laura's neighbors save thousands of dollars on their property taxes by using Zap My Tax. But her husband filed with the other property tax grievance company. He'll never make that mistake again. Laura went to zapmytax.com and got the savings she deserved. Zap My Tax, saving Long Islanders money on property taxes for over 25 years. Look for us in your mailbox or call 631-889-5500. Or you can sign online at zapmytax.com.
Okay, Jason, I got some photos that I'm going to need you to put up on the screen, even though we're Facebook Live and we're on radio. So you can go to strongislandradio.com and listen to us. You could download the TuneIn app and go to this station and listen to us. We're going to just, we're going to pull out the first Just Asking. Morgan, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to know, is camel toe acceptable?
Oh dear God, no.
Boy.
Okay, so it's no, you can have both. Okay, PC's on the board back there, and he wants to know if
Oh
he
my
can vote.
God.
So I just have to say that I have been in the company recently on multiple occasions with a girl. I'm not going to say who she is because I don't want to and maybe she's not even embarrassed. She is literally walking around meetings and things with camel toe. Okay, and it's you can't unsee it.
You can't. And it's like a train wreck. Your eyes keep going
my
there.
God.
It's like this morbid.
No, so my husband goes, it's not camel toe, it's moose knuckle. I am like, what the hell? I can't. So he's like, you could, you should say something. I'm like, what do you say?
Well, years ago, I managed a small retail store, and I had part-time girls that worked for me. And this one girl.
Morgan's got a look of horror on her
this
face.
girl was, oh dear God, look at that.
We're putting up some
Holy
pictures.
moly. So this was like a 16-year-old girl, and we had to hire her. Her father knew the owner of the company every day.
Oh my God.
And I wanted to say, you have to get different. Maybe they like it.
So do I.
Maybe they like it.
Wait a second. For instance, I'm wearing leggings right now, right? And they could have camel toe, but I have a shirt that goes over my freaking vagina. I don't get it.
No,
How does
People
this?
they don't realize. I guess they just don't realize.
I
Everything
can't.
about
I don't
it.
know how you
Let
don't
me ask
see
you a
it.
question. Doesn't her husband say, honey,
Yeah.
that's not a good look? And it doesn't help that, like, it's big. I mean, I don't know.
I can't.
It's just, it's so
you know,
gross.
It's so gross and so
Are
uncomfortable to
pants
even.
are the pants too tight? Is that why?
It's not one pair of pants. That's the other
It's
thing.
every
I was
pair of
telling my
pants.
husband.
Maybe it's a look. Maybe it's her
That's what I
fashion.
said.
Maybe
I
it's her
think she's
fashion
doing
sense.
this.
That's what I mean. Maybe
Those,
she
like
likes it.
denim jeans that have like that half your like.
Oh my God!
Oh
it's
my
your
gosh,
ass.
look at that one.
That's what I'm saying.
I
like,
can't.
Don't you understand
really
that
can't
it's
with
so
that-
uncomfortable for other women to look? Now, I don't really want to get
do
involved with
guys
having
find that
PC comment, but
attractive?
I'm interested
Okay,
to know.
well,
For men, is this attractive?
Okay, what you thinking, Pete?
No.
Okay, how about you, Jason? Does that work for you?
Oh
No,
my God!
okay,
So
yeah.
Jason in the back.
Ask me in 3 drinks and I'll give you an answer.
I just don't even understand it, and my husband's like, Laura, you should say something, and I said, I really don't
But
feel.
what do you say? Like, what
How
is
do
there
you-
to
I don't know
say?
what
How
you
do you
do.
address this?
I don't know what you do. I don't know. Do you try to make it a joke like, you know,
I don't
pants
know.
a little tight this morning, holding some water this morning? I don't know. What do you do?
It's probably
I mean,
the new state of the vajayjay. Now we're all groomed and tidy, and it's probably like this. You're closer to things now.
And then my husband
That's why
said
you're
maybe she.
seeing it.
My husband goes, maybe
I
she
don't
should put
know.
on a pad. I'm like, I think that would make it worse.
No, I don't. Ugh.
That's why I love
Is she
Spanx, because
wearing
Spanx
under-
doesn't have the seam there.
Maybe somebody's selling camel toe inserts to make it look.
Oh my
saw
God!
that.
They
I
have
saw
them.
something like
Stop
that
it.
once.
Kardashians, they
Yes,
put on the
I
Kardashians,
did.
they
Stop
I
it.
did see something
Makes
like
sense.
that
One
once.
Camel toe
Yeah.
inserts.
That is just unbelievable. I'm going to say right now, for
market
any
everything.
women listening
Don't do
right
it.
now, it's unattractive.
Don't do it.
It really looks dirty
gross.
and gross. There's nothing attractive about it.
and it's trashy.
And,
I'm
and
sorry.
if you don't know what it is, we've thrown some pictures up on the website. It's when the seam of your pants goes up your vajayjay, and it looks very ugly.
Think
So-
camel toe.
I check. I'm like, don't you ask a friend? Like, before I go out, I ask them like, is there?
Do I have camel toe? I
Yeah.
asked my husband.
Yeah, no, I always
mean-
ask my friends if I have camel toe, and then they're like, you're crazy.
Honestly, just to morph this, I think some people do not see what other people see when they look in the mirror.
Oh my God.
I had an aunt who was very, very, very heavy. I mean, she was obese. And she looked at herself in the mirror, and I'm telling you, she
didn't
saw
see it.
size 10. My mother, who was
I'm
always
the opposite.
skinny.
I look in the mirror.
I'm
Yeah.
the opposite.
Oh, well, me too. But my mother, who was always very thin, back in the 70s when mini skirts were in, this obese aunt said to her, well, I don't have skinny legs. I can wear mini skirts.
Oh my God, this is
So,
well, you know, it's
Good for you that you
sizes.
have that self-esteem, but I think you
There's a
we
lot-
just
yeah,
So wait,
yeah,
so let me
yeah.
ask you another question. Is if you have little nipples, is that offensive?
I don't
because
like
I
that
have a
either.
really
I've
small
rocked a
chest. I have
Jennifer.
like really tiny boobies, and lots of times I don't wear a bra. I do wear the nipple cover things,
I
the
use
silicone.
Scotch tape.
You use Scotch tape? Yeah.
I remember when
is it
tube tops were
offensive?
I don't care for it. When tube tops were popular when we were kids.
Yeah, they didn't have the nipple covers back then.
Well, I used to use Band-Aids.
Yeah, I do
Band-Aids.
that.
so it is offensive for nipples.
One
Is
time
it?
I did rock the Jennifer Aniston because my Band-Aid kept falling off. So I was just like, it's going to be dark, whatever. No, everyone's going to be drunk. Like,
And you took it off.
yeah.
But it's not as offensive as camel toe.
No, I don't think
No, probably because sometimes you can't control that.
Yeah.
I mean, it
And
gets
you-
cold.
Yeah. And
know,
even with the
you
bra
can't-
Stuff
on,
happens.
sometimes you can't control it.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
what?
Even with the bra on, sometimes you
Exactly.
can't control. Like
exactly.
I don't wear
The camel
padded
toe is
bras.
very controllable.
So you can, camel toe. Well, you would like
Yeah.
to think camel toe is controllable.
That's very controllable.
But you could like see a guy's nipples through a shirt, like not to be all like free the nipple, but like,
Yeah, it's not
like I
offensive
don't
to us.
find that whatever. But I mean, like a guy wouldn't just like whip out his thing and like walk
so,
around.
So I'm going to say right now, when I see a handsome or a man that's dressed in a suit and they have a white shirt on, and I love chest hair. My husband has lots of chest hair, and I happen to love chest hair. He's not a gorilla. It's not like that bad. It's not a carpet, but to me, it's sexy. I would never want him to wax it or anything like that. But I think that you should wear a t-shirt.
I
As a-
agree.
As a
A
man,
man
when
should
you
always
have
have a
that under a
t-shirt.
white
That's what I was
shirt,
with.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
to me, it's like okay, I don't like that look, like white shirt with no t-shirt.
I agree.
So, yeah.
my husband wears T-shirts every day, and my
Yeah.
boys. They
Your
all
business,
they always wear
like, if you're- it
T-shirts.
depends on where you go. but I
Yeah,
think
if
it's-
you're like in
yeah.
finance or something and you're
Yeah,
walking
no, yeah,
around.
no, you don't
Oh,
look
yeah.
like
I mean, the world has changed. Actually, I have a whole show that I want to do for the boys because some men really need to get like some advice on how
Grooming.
grooming, and just different
How to
things.
like not be a douchebag.
Yeah, how to not be a douchebag.
Oh,
I don't know if we're gonna be able to solve that.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Well, how old are you, Morgan?
I'm 24, and I will be 24 till February 5th at 11:59.
Oh my God. And you probably run into so many
Yeah,
douchebags.
like just like I hate when guys treat you like you're dumb.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
is like my
Do you
biggest
think
pet peeve.
most men look at women before they a judgment and think women are not as smart?
No, but
No,
I've
okay.
been told that people look at me, and like one guy said I didn't want to approach you because I was very intimidating. And he's like,
Okay.
you look like you would beat me up if I said something wrong. I said, yeah, I would. So
Well, that's his
You
problem.
know what? I think,
continue to be
first of all,
strong.
you
and-
happen to be beautiful, and sometimes I think men look at beautiful women and they don't recognize that they have a brain. I remember going to lunch with a friend who knew me for like 4 or 5 years, and we went to lunch out of the blue because he was getting off of a train, and we started to talk about business, and I started to talk about finance and money and real estate and
they get
return on
intimidated.
investment and all this other stuff. And he looked at me and he was like, "Oh my God, I had no idea how smart you were." And I was like, "Well, that's sad. That's really sad."
All right. I think we're getting the cue to move along.
They want to
here.
move. Okay, so let's go on. Well, so we're done with camel toe. We've given our opinion on that. And we're done with female nipplage. Okay, so we just pulled something out of the Just Asking jar. And this is funny that this one should come out. Do you think you are brave? So we'll go around the table. I thought I was brave last night to go to that,
Wait, your husband just commented on the picture and what? OMG.
of who?
Of the camel toe.
I don't know if he likes it or not likes it. I mean, I don't really know, but he doesn't like it when I have it, that's for sure. Last night when we were going to that event, I'm going to say, like, I was like, I hope this isn't going to be a mean girl thing. And I was a little tiny bit like, I don't know that I would have gone alone. I wanted to go, but I thought I was brave to go because you walk into a room with a bunch of women that you've never met before. I watch The Housewives. You never know what's going to come at you. So I thought I was kind of brave to go. I think I'm a brave woman. I do think I'm brave.
I mean, I think with anything, there's different levels of braveness, and whether you're brave going into a room full of women at a party that you don't know, or whether you're brave
Being over
because
50?
because you're facing cancer or something. And I absolutely do
Oh,
believe
you
I
are
am brave.
so freaking brave, Christine.
And I never thought that would be something that a word I would use to describe myself. But as the show progresses, you'll learn a little more about my story. And I've had to be brave more times than I ever thought I would, and had to grow up a lot more than I ever thought I would.
Yep, and we were
throughout
talking about
those
this
challenges.
last night. Christine has had many, many challenges, and I know everybody has their bag of pebbles in their jar of their problems. She's had quite a few. Well, we're going to do a whole show on Christine's.
Well, you make a choice. You make a choice that you're either going to drown or you're going to swim, and I did not want to drown. So you do what you have to do.
Yeah, and I think you would say that you too, Joanne, right? You've had some stuff, right?
So are you brave?
I think the older I get, the braver I get, because I
Yes.
think with age comes wisdom, and the older you get, you realize what matters and what doesn't really matter.
Absolutely.
So I think, at least for me, I feel like I've gotten braver as I've gotten older. Things that I've done now, I wouldn't have done when I was younger.
Right.
So.
Right.
And Morgan, you think you're brave?
Yeah, I think I'm a badass.
Yeah, you are a badass.
Yeah.
You've been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
As
know
young
if you
as
guys.
you are, you have had your
Yeah.
share of
A lot of
challenges.
wisdom
Yeah.
for a 24, soon to be 25-year-old.
Yeah.
And
Being
Morgan does a
badass.
lot of stuff. She puts herself out there in a lot of ways that she could really, be on the receiving end of a lot of hate. It's funny because I was talking to Dawn, and she was saying to me, if your show takes off, you will have people coming into your feed saying we hate your guts and you're a bitch and we basically want you to die.
Yeah.
And I really think that's sad. That other women would be
What
like
is
that to other
that?
women, but Morgan puts herself out there in a lot of ways. First of all, I'm not gonna lie, when you're beautiful and fit like Morgan is and smart, and she's out there doing modeling and commercials and all sorts of stuff and social media, and she's really putting herself out there. Have you gotten any hate or no? Mostly
Yeah.
love. Oh, you have gotten hate.
Well, I did a BuzzFeed video a couple months ago, and that gets like millions of views because it's BuzzFeed. So
Yeah.
I went on and I read the comments, and I'm very sensitive. So they were just saying oh, she's not smart, she can't read, and I was doing this thing with guys where I would text them and I would look, and I'm trying to read and talk and respond on camera.
Yeah.
And it's hard, you know?
Yeah.
And I like started crying. I called my best friend Kresley, and I was like, everyone hates me. And she's like, are you really gonna, like, is that gonna really affect your day?
Yeah,
She's like,
there's
people
always
with
gonna be
no
that.
IQ comment on YouTube videos.
And we should, and it took me a long time to learn this, but someone else's opinion has no bearing on my
It's
self-esteem.
none of your business either.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know,
they
I
there's the
know
saying, opinions are like, you
who
know
I
what
am.
holes, everybody's got one, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I think
And
people that are going to support people are going to support
Right.
people. Haters are just
Right.
going to hate.
And when
Haters
it
gonna
comes
hate.
to the internet and typing a comment, my husband calls it typing bulls. People just
no one would say that to your face now.
exactly,
No.
exactly.
But, you know.
And
You know, I don't know. With all this stuff going on about,
can't
you know,
even.
the female abuse and I don't know. You know, I honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even get the paper anymore because I can't keep up with it. I just read little snippets on social media. Reading about the Christina and I were talking about this last night about the gymnasts that were abused and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. I don't know. With all the bullshit in the world and all the crap and all the bad stuff, you as a woman, over the age of 25, I mean, Morgan, you've evolved because you've gone through some stuff. So you happen to be a little bit more mature for your age than most 24, 25-year-olds. But if you're over the age of 25 or 30 and you're still doing that kind of stuff, you're just losing out on life.
you're not
man.
growing.
You're not growing.
Women should build each other up, not tear
Yeah.
each other
so much,
down.
and it takes so much energy to be negative, and it's not good.
I don't even
energy.
get it.
So why
It
waste your
does.
time and even taking that in? I mean, it's easy to say don't take it in when somebody says something directly about you or to you or text it, but you have to just say that person has
That's
issues.
them.
That's their
their
insecurity.
problem.
It's not
Again,
mine,
go
and
back
I'm-
to the
and I'm
Four
not owning
Agreements.
it.
Exactly.
Again, to the Four Agreements, my favorite book by Don Miguel. Get it. It's this big. You can read it in 2 hours. It's, you know, what other people say about me has nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know, be
Impeccable
intentional
with
with
your
your word.
word.
Be impeccable with your word. It's one of my favorite books because I bored Christine with this story about how I was going for my real estate license, and I was working in the city for 15 years. I walked into the class, and I was in a suit, dressed, and one by one, and I sat right in front of the teacher, and there was a space next to me, and one by one, all these women walked in, hair on top of the head, sweatpants, whatever. They were obviously coming back into the workforce from being stay-at-home moms. I actually was coming from working in the city, and I wanted to work on Long Island because I was getting married. And one by one, all these women sat next to each other, and I was just, you know, so bummed out. And of course, who sat next to me? Another professional who happened to have been a male. He walked in, he was in a suit, same thing.
You were dressed professionally.
I was dressed
Yeah.
professionally because I was coming from work. That's how I dressed. I worked in the city. I wore a suit to work every day. So it was just, that's the way and now I'm in sweatpants every day. But anyway, I called my mother at lunch. There was no cell phones at the time. I went to the phone booth and I was so upset. I wasn't crying, but I felt bad about myself. I was like, what am I giving off that not one of these women that walked in wanted to sit next to me? And my mom was like, Law, come on, who's there? Tell me who's there. Shout out to Kathy Angrasani, who just got out of surgery, my mom. And she was the one who gave me that book. And it really saved me throughout a lot of things because you know what? Everybody's going through their own crap. Maybe they thought I was something that I wasn't. Maybe they thought I wasn't friendly. Maybe that they didn't want to compare themselves to me.
intimidated for
Maybe
whatever
they were,
reason.
I don't want to say they were intimidated, but maybe they were. Whatever it was. But at the end of the day, you know, you just got to look up and somebody else said that to me recently about me.
I think that, well, you're a powerful woman. And you exude confidence, and that's a good thing. That is not a bad thing.
Well, to some people, I guess it's a bad
One
thing.
of
Well,
my
they're wrong.
best friends, we're friends now, but when she met me, she's like, I hated you. And I was like, why?
But she didn't know you.
And she was like, you had it together. I was like, well, now that you know me, you know that I really don't have anything together and everything is a mess. But she didn't like me. And I didn't like her because I knew that she had it together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so messed up. Like, why wouldn't I like you for that?
Yeah, but it's like,
people
but
need to-
life is like tennis. You want to level up. You want
Right.
to play with somebody better than you.
Right.
If somebody else has got something better going on, don't you want to be around them?
Because you learn, you grow that way.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people make it competitive, and
Right.
that's not
And
a- it's
people are
never
not
a good
open.
thing.
I think people are not open.
No.
I think they get
Especially
into their
now.
little boxes and are not open to differences.
You think
no
it
matter
all
what
stems
those
from
differences
insecurity? It all stems
Yes.
from insecurity.
I
That women
do.
are that insecure about everything.
I do.
I got to tell you, I'm addicted to the Housewives. I watch it all the time. I don't watch any one every single time because I'm just whenever it goes on. I just love some of these women with the way they operate. I'm like, oh my God, how do you have all that money? You're all healthy. You're living a beautiful life, and how do you still be a bitch? Like how? I
Right.
don't even get it. Which goes back to what what Joanne said. It's funny, I'm looking at you, Christine. What does matter in our lives? Like, Morgan, you're 24. We're twice your age. What matters to you? What's the first thing in your top 5 things in your life that matter? What are they?
Family, friends, career, but that's not
Health?
Health, yeah. It's funny that I haven't, but yeah, career, family, friends,
Yeah.
happiness.
Isn't that what we all want?
You know, it's funny because my son and I talk about it, my oldest son, and he says to me all the time, first comes health, then comes family, then comes friends, family, career, and then my boat. And that's like his thing, being on the boat.
We could have the same list, your son and I.
Yeah, I think health is the most important. Without health, you kind of have nothing, because if you're trying
It's
to
all
live.
based on that. Look at, what is it, Stephen Jobs, all the money in the world.
Oh,
it
my
wasn't
God.
healthy, it couldn't fix,
Couldn't
that's
fix
the
it.
basis. You have that, you could get the other things. If you don't have
Yeah,
that, you
if
can't.
you're not living, and also
Can't buy it.
Health stems from not just eating right and stuff like that. It's snakes in the belly. If you're living a life where you have a snake in your belly about something that's eating you alive, whether it be a bad relationship,
That's emotional health.
emotional
It's a
health
component.
is really, because stress will kill you.
They need to teach kids about that. Like,
Yeah.
I so believe that, like, we have physical health in schools. There needs to be mental health.
I think
Spiritual
mental health
health.
is more important. I think everything stems from mental health. Your mindset is good. You can cure, not that you can cure
Exactly.
diseases, but the likelihood of you coming out of things well is better than, because if you have a toxic mind, you're going to have a toxic
done.
body.
Absolutely.
It's
You're
just-
absolutely
There's a
right.
correlation between the both.
If you ever watch the Navy SEALs training, it is one of the most riveting things I've ever seen. It's a bunch of guys trying to go become Navy SEALs, and one of the exercises that they have to do is they have to go in frigid water and do a certain amount of things. And you see, say, 10, 15 guys. One is getting through it, no problem. They're all in the same condition, all right? They're all training the same way. They're eating the same, they're doing the same exercises, they're being trained the same way. One guy's going down and one guy's swimming. It's all mental.
Yeah.
They're in the same water.
They always say you manifest your own reality, so why not make it a good one? It's almost like you are your thoughts. So if you obsess on something negative over and over again, eventually it's going to become a reality, because that's what you're putting out there. That's the way you're acting. You're acting as if it's already bad. So why not switch it around and make it a positive?
That comes
This
back
reminds
to,
me.
I'm sorry,
That's
yeah.
right. This reminds me of one day, and I don't remember what was weighing on me. It was several years ago, and I just was out of it. I was not in a good mood. I was crabby. I was angry. Everything was pissing me off. And like you said, it's stressful. It made it worse feeling that way. And I kind of smacked myself in the face and said, okay, you need to snap out of this. And I went about my day, just bank, post office errands, and totally changed it. And I made sure I said hello to people. I smiled at people. I chatted with people, whatever. Let me tell you something. Within an hour, it turned my whole day around.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not hard to do.
No.
It's a fine line too, because I do think as important it is like turn it around, but I also think you should feel your emotions, and
Yeah.
it's okay to have a bad day.
Yeah, just don't make it a bad life.
Just don't make
But
it
then-
a bad
yeah.
life. It's okay to be
Exactly.
sad. You know, like there's so much pressure to be so freaking happy all the time with social media. It's like, okay, part of being human is being sad, being nervous,
Yeah.
being, and like kids especially are
Right.
like, oh my God, I'm sad. I'm depressed. No, you're just sad.
You're just feeling an emotion, you little shit.
Yeah, no, but
I think it's okay to feel it, but we were talking about this the other day, not pile it on, because sometimes something can happen, and yes, you should feel it, you should own it, but give yourself, okay, I'm going to own this particular thing, but I'm not going to incorporate everything else. Like, it's like a snowball effect, like I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Of course this is going to happen, because I started out, I woke up, I didn't feel good. Now look, and so it's almost like you're saying, you're waiting for the
that's
next
anxiety.
You perpetuate
coming
it.
into
I
play.
always think
Yeah.
that people that, and I don't mean this in a bad way, because I'm a real type A lunatic. I get it. I have OCD. I am a lunatic. I am not like normal people. I realize that. And hi, my name is Lori. I totally get it. And there is a part of me that people would probably hate, because I am a nut job sometimes. But I want things done the way I want them done. I have a crazy environment at work sometimes because I have no tolerance for BS. But and PC distracts me. I don't even know what I'm going to say anymore. I was just coming out with what I was going to say. Oh, I tend to think that people that let these things blow up, they have a case of Lotsa, which, if you have a case of Lotsa, which is lots of time on your hands, you tend to let something little grow, manifest, breed legs, and all of a sudden it's bigger than it really had to be. I literally squeeze 20 pounds of crap into a 5-pound bag. I don't have time to like be sad, you know. My grandfather passed away this year. My mother had an episode over the summer that she almost died. She's in the hospital right now. I don't have time I had to come to this show today, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But there's some people that can't. Like
No,
there's
I
some
know.
people that can't get up.
Right.
And
I know.
like, you know, like I had a friend, I saw her last week, like I woke her up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like can't get up out of
But
bed.
let me ask you a
It's
question. Like,
different-
I'm not being mean at all. I'm just
No.
saying, like, I was depressed after my second son was born to the point that I didn't take any drugs for depression, and I'm not against drugs for depression. I wasn't educated enough to know that if I took 10 grams of something, I probably would have come out of it really quick. Instead, you know, I struggled. I was home with 2 little kids after working in the city for 15 years. I didn't know the dynamic of what to do with myself on a day-to-day basis. I used to go in the garage and cry and be like, well, I don't even know what to do, because, you know, you get up at 5:30 a.m., you get on a 6 o'clock a.m. train, you're in Manhattan, you're working all day, you're going out after work, you're coming home, all of a sudden, bang, you have 2 kids. I didn't even know what to do. I was like, how do you make friends, you know? I'm home with these 2 kids. I wasn't, you know, a big drinker back then. I didn't know anyone in the area. I was so depressed. But I didn't have time to lay around. Like, I still
Right.
had to get up and take care of those
Exactly.
kids. So this girl, like, what could she do? What could she focus on that would expand? That would be what you focus on expands.
Yeah.
What could she focus on that could get her out?
It's hard to describe because it's like physically, like I've been in that place before. It's like you're so fatigued that you just can't get up. So it's
Yeah.
almost like being sick. Like you physically don't feel well.
Yeah. 'Cause your mind's not right.
No. So, I mean, what I told her is like you have to be not ready but willing.
You have to be willing. But I think sometimes when we're talking about real depression, real clinical depression, it's just not
component, yeah.
possible. I mean, that's very
need
different
drugs.
than just
You
saying,
need-
I'm laying in bed all day. You need
But-
help therapy, whether it's pharmacological intervention or a counselor, therapist.
You need somebody to pull you out
I
of it.
think, you know, there's so much more to it if it's true clinical depression.
Yeah,
I am.
yeah.
And
And
it's
it's
not-
clinical depression. I have to take. I went to therapy for so long, still depressed. They gave me a little pill. I was like, you know, do your child in the kitchen. I was like, oh,
And
my
that's what's
personality
medicated-
just like,
yeah.
oh, like
I'm all
and
about
I
it.
have
Yeah.
to. I can't.
am-
I can't. Unfortunately, I tried 3 times. I can't. I have
It's a
to take
chemical
it.
imbalance
I have
when
a
you're
chemical
that
Exactly.
depressed.
So there's
chemical.
more to it.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
could
no.
do a whole show.
I was
Yeah,
not
so that's-
diminishing depression, believe me,
Yeah,
not at
no.
all.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
I know.
know.
It's good that
Sometimes
you
you can't.
Yeah.
And I'm in that state.
Yeah.
I couldn't even sit here.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's good that you said that because a lot of people are like, oh my God, just get up. But
No,
when you're
you
there,
can't.
It's not
it's
that
like-
easy.
I didn't know
It's-
what to do either. You know what I did?
It's-
I got a job. I went back to work when my youngest son was 2, and it helped me because I didn't know any other way. And I wish that I had somebody back then that said, you know, you could go to a doctor and get a little 10 milligrams of like Lexapro, and you don't have to be crying every day
Right.
like
It
this.
just goes.
Right.
It goes literally just.
I mean, it doesn't go
Amazing.
away. But
Well,
So.
I was
But
so
you-
bad
but
that
you
it
learn
did,
how to
but
manage
then
it.
You
You
learn
start
how to
to
manage
heal.
it a little
So,
bit better. We can
I
do a
think
whole show on
we
depression,
could.
but we're not because we gotta. I gotta stop saying I gotta. We gotta take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay. Do me a favor while I
My
get
name's
my
Ian
other
Danby.
stuff.
The name of the company here is Cybernet LLC. We've been around for about 20 years now. We're a website design, website hosting, search engine optimization company. So we basically help businesses get a better presence on the internet.
It's so important for businesses to have a strong internet presence now. The Yellow Book is a thing of the past. If your business is not listed correctly on Google and all the other internet search engines, on local directories and so on, you're missing out on business.
Today we have 7 people working here full-time, plus programmers all over the world actually.
We do managed hosting for clients. So if you need a server or if you need web hosting for your website, we actually manage all that for you so you don't have to think about it, which is a really nice thing. One of the things we do here is we podcast. We do a lot of podcasts for our clients. We do our own podcast, and podcasting is a great way for your clients to get a feel for you, to see that you're a real person and a real business and how you care about your company.
We work quite a lot with many not-for-profit businesses. Long Beach Polar Bears that do the Polar Bear Splash, work with the Michelle O'Neill Foundation, work with Long Beach Reach.
We've been a supporter of the Long Beach Jazz Fest for many years, the Long Beach Music Festival, the Long Beach Rocks NY Festival, everything to do with Long Beach we dig. We're all local Long Beach people. I think our I've probably got the longest commute out of anyone. It's just under 2 miles. So.
Welcome back to the living room with Lori Fay, Christine McCauley, Joanne Maxwell, and Morgan Maxwell. We were just talking about a variety of things. What, am I looking at the wrong camera? Boopy boop. The guys were just saying it's a perfect thing to wake up and talk about camel toe. But now we're going to switch topics and
From camel toe to pants.
Yeah, to pants that
camouflage your camel toe.
That's
There you
right.
go. That's a good lead-in.
Christine is one of the most creative people I have met in a long time, and she's got a lot of energy for this stuff. So she is going to show us something wild. Go on the website too, and look at it.
Okay, so I was on Pinterest the other day because I am inebriated, as I've said before, and I came across a picture of Jessica Alba. I think we have it to show, wearing these really fun paint-spattered pants. And I looked at them and said, I can make that.
Yeah.
So
She's
I did.
very thrifty.
So I did. So I'm going to stand up first. And I don't know if you can see the pair I'm
And
wearing.
for you guys listening,
a little
adorable,
bit.
absolutely adorable. And
Okay.
you did such a great job. They're black jeans that she's got on with purple and green and white splattered paint. You did an awesome job.
futuristic.
Well, this
Honestly,
was
I would pay
so,
for these.
Well, this was well, people are paying for them.
Yeah.
This was a little bit different ones that I did. Okay. All the pants were bought in a thrift store. Okay, for no more than $5 or $6
She's got another
each.
pair, which is like a boyfriend cut here.
Yes.
And I have to be honest with you. Can you do a pair for me today?
Absolutely.
I
You
need
want
a pair.
these?
Yeah.
This is
No,
gold.
I don't want
Okay.
these. I want these.
Okay, so this pair is gold. This pair is even easier to do than the paint splatter, and I'm going to show you guys what we did. Absolutely PC for a small fee.
Yeah, I was wearing a pair
So.
from another designer in gold, and these look just like them. And
I-
Lexi was looking for them.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah, she emailed
That's
me.
so funny. I
Facebook
need my
messaged
white
me.
paint. I like to start with white for some reason because it gives it a little bit of a base to pop the other colors. So all I have here is 77 cents a thing from the craft store, acrylic paint, craft acrylic
Is it
paint.
fabric paint or just acrylic
No,
paint?
it's just acrylic paint. And acrylic
Okay.
is plastic. It can wash. I would say on cold and on a low dryer, and I wouldn't iron it because the paint will then melt to
Do you
your
wash
iron.
it inside out?
No.
Okay.
No, I've been painting on things for years, over and over. So
I've done some fabric painting myself. I used to do onesies and stuff like that, but
yeah, sweatshirts
yeah.
were popular in the 80s with flowers on them
Yeah.
and cut out necks, the whole flash dance craze,
But
if
you know what I think
remember.
is really great about these jeans for people who are listening too? If you have old jeans that you just don't like the cut anymore, and you know, this will revive them.
Exactly. What's old is new again. And
Yeah.
I love doing things like that.
Yeah.
So, I am holding a
I-
dollar store dishwashing brush. And why this works very well for this is because you wanted something with a stiff bristle. Okay.
Did Pinterest give you this idea, or did you
No,
come up
this
with
I
this one?
came up with all myself.
Wow.
All
You
myself.
Go, girl.
So, and it stemmed from, I wanted a toothbrush to do spatter. I used to do a little spatter on these pillows I would paint sometimes. And
do
you
a lot
need
of stuff for
something
the beach,
stiff.
right?
I used to, yeah. I'm not going to spatter here because it literally goes everywhere, and our producer Bobby will kill us. But if you really want spatter, the little tiny spatters, a stiff brush, you dip it in the paint and literally just flick
Go
it.
like that. Okay.
So instead, I took the stiff brush and you just sort of, you know, rub the paint into it. I don't know if you could see, I'm just sort of going back and forth to load up the bristles with a little bit of paint, and you cannot do anything wrong with
Can't
this.
screw
There
it
is
up.
no design. The blobs that you think are a mistake become part of the design. So
And you know, if you don't want
literally,
to use your own old jeans, you can go to a thrift store.
thrift store.
And buy, and
Thrift
just buy
store.
jeans.
I mean, they're $5.99 or something, and half the time there's a color
Wow.
of the day that's 50% off. So then you have your paint loaded up on the edge of the bristles, and literally just start going in different directions. You can kind of smack it like that. You want a little heavier.
I love her. I love that she comes up with these things.
See, look, it's even that spattered. So you just sort of
This is
it.
awesome.
hit it.
This
Just
is really
hit it.
awesome.
You want to add another color
How long
in.
does it take to dry, Christine? Like, is it take
Very, very quickly.
Quickly?
Very,
I'm
very
literally
quickly.
dropping a pair of pants off to you like in
Very
10 minutes
quickly.
after the show.
It takes, to do the whole pant, you know, back and forth, maybe an hour. You want another color, you just
Seems like it's
get another
therapeutic.
color.
I keep telling everybody that they should, by
So
a
make,
show
you know,
of people
layer
getting
it.
involved on the live feed, who would be interested in Christine doing this for you?
Anybody there?
Because Christine should do. She's going to get involved in this, and she's
And,
going to start
I
her
mean-
own little business. All these crafts that she does.
If you see what I'm doing, I'm literally just hitting the jean with it, pushing the paint into the jean.
Not even with no
with
rhyme or
this
reason.
Stiff brush. No, I have no plan. I have absolutely no plan whatsoever.
Well, then this is totally like what we should be doing on a show when we had no plan. A no
Okay.
plan arts and crafts.
I like 3 colors typically, just to give it some interest, but you can do 10 colors, you could do 2 colors. I thought a black and white alone on a lighter colored pair of jeans might be really kind of cool looking.
And you know what's really good about this
Then-
too? If you have jeans that are stained, like white jeans, or any jeans that have a stain that you were going to throw out, what a
you
great
see what
idea.
I'm doing here, people?
I'm a
just
stained queen. That's great.
I'm just sort of hitting it and pushing the brush in, and you use different amounts of pressure. So start hard, go a little bit softer, kind of like works
Yeah.
in a lot of things.
What thrift shop
Little
do you
more
shop at all the
white.
time?
Oh,
You have
there's
to give a shout out to them because you're constantly thrift shop shopping.
There's a Goodwill over on Hicksville Road in Massapequa. There's an AmVets that's out on Sunrise Highway in Copeg.
They have good stuff?
They're all over. You have to like to rummage. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
you
junk.
have to have time for
There's a lot of
rummage.
junk. It is not a pretty shopping experience.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. I like to rummage.
Yeah.
So I just want to show you one other little trick. If you take a little paintbrush, and the pair I'm wearing aren't like that, just a thinner paintbrush and load up kind of a lot of paint on it, and then you can drip.
Oh,
And then you
yeah, I
get,
like
hit it a
that.
little bit, and you see, I really don't want to mess up Bobby's studio. So you really want to cover well wherever you're doing. My
You
dining
should
room.
get those little
So this is
styrofoam
on
plates.
video. So
Oh,
what we're
sure,
going to
where
try to
else?
do going forward with the stuff is
Hit
just
it.
segregate Christine's Corner videos so that she can have those on the website, and you can literally go see all the arts and crafts she does, because she's done probably in the last 7 weeks
like
of
these
shows,
colors.
she's done 15 arts and crafts that we have to segregate those videos. So
Kind
we're
of like
working
this,
on that.
This coral color. So you look at the fabric
That's
and
awesome.
see where you think you need a little more color. This might even
You don't
look
even
nice with
clean
some-
the brush. She's using
No,
the same
I just
brush
go
and not
right
even
on it.
cleaning it.
I
That's
think it needs a
awesome.
little more white now. Look, I'm just sort of even tapping it.
Get in there, Joanne.
That's a great
Wanna
idea.
try?
Let me
That's
see
a
that.
great
Let
idea.
Joanne try.
Let's stay on the one leg for
So
now.
while Joanne works on the other leg after we put this up, let's
Yeah,
grab
there you
one
go.
more thing out of our
You
just
did it.
asking.
You did it.
All right, I got it.
All right.
Shall we do some? Oh wait, before we get to that though, I just want to show you this pair, this gold pair. This was an even easier process. Okay, all I did with this one here, slide that down for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the. I got paint over there. Here, maybe lift them up for me because I don't want to get the coral paint on these. Okay, so this was just some gold paint. Let's squeeze some out here. I
I'm
suppose
looking
I
at
should
the
have had
just
this set up.
askings to see what I want to talk about
Oh, you're
next.
picking one. I thought the idea was to surprise.
Yeah, it could be a surprise.
Okay. So this one, the gold on these pants, I didn't use the brush. I used a little sponge wedge, like a makeup sponge. This came in the paintbrushes that I bought. That's all. Loaded up the tip, and I got green on it.
That's all right.
I got another one. Hold on.
Christine comes with things like boxes and boxes of stuff.
All right, so load up the tip of this little wedge sponge and rubbed it.
just rub it
I
up.
literally
I
just.
like it just on one side.
I
Yeah,
know, that's
yeah,
why
yeah,
I'm,
I like it on one side,
That's why
too.
I wanted to stay on one side when I said that to you.
yeah.
So literally, look at this. I just
You
rubbed
just do the
it.
pockets.
Yeah.
You could just do the
Yeah.
pockets. You
In the
could
back,
just do
yeah.
the top, whatever.
And so the thing is, I was
So,
wearing a pair of pants like
just
this
rubbed
that,
on.
that probably were a little bit more money than this. They weren't super expensive, but you got these at a thrift shop?
Yes. They're Forever 21
Forever
jeans.
21 jeans.
I paid $3
She
for
paid
them in the thrift
$3
shop.
for, and these are absolutely adorable.
Yeah, those are cute.
Yeah, and you know what's good about that too? You don't really want to spend a lot of money on something trendy because it's going to go in and it's
Exactly.
going to go out. So
Wanna do more?
you do it, you wear it. That's absolutely adorable.
Should we work on these while we do some more just asking?
I think so. I would finish that while
You
we're
want to
yapping.
add any colors?
I think this is a really good one to talk about today because, you know, for people that don't know who we are, I'm a lunatic.
I have another.
Christine's a little bit of a lunatic.
there
She's
you
a very
go.
strong lunatic. Joanne
I'm a
is
different kind of lunatic.
Joanne is a complete lunatic. And,
Really complete.
and Morgan's a lunatic in training. We
now
all
I
have
think it needs
issues.
more
All of
grace,
us wake up in the morning and have something every day that we're like, you know, like I'm going to tell you right now, I don't look this tired in real life, but under these lights, I feel like I hate myself. But one of the things that Christine wrote out to talk about in Just Asking is, do you ever think you're beautiful in appearance? And
That's a tough one for
I'm
me.
going to tell you right now, when I come home from working out and I have no makeup on and I'm really sweaty and my face is all red and my hair looks like I stuck my finger in a socket and it's in curly cues, I swear that's when I like myself the best. I may look older, I may have no makeup on. I like myself best at that point in the day. I don't love myself. I don't love my appearance. So no, I never really think I look beautiful. I'm okay with myself. I've made peace with it, but I don't ever think I look beautiful. And I was never a pretty girl. I was never a pretty girl. I was always, you know, androgynous, is that the word? I always could be like look a little bit boyish, look a little bit girlish. I was never like a Christy Brinkley beautiful girl.
Don't look boyish.
Oh, I look boyish. It's okay.
No, I don't think you look boyish, but maybe when you were younger, I can see why you say that. But we have a similar viewpoint.
But I like myself.
I mean,
but I don't want to give the wrong impression that I don't like myself. I'm okay with myself. I made peace with it. I'm never going to have good double Ds. I'm never going to have a C cup. I'm never going to be blonde. I'm never going to have a great head of hair.
Right.
But you know, I'm okay with myself. I don't hate.
Have a camel toe?
Yeah, and I may
will never.
occasionally have a camel toe.
Oh, nah, you'll never have a camel.
But you won't see it. But you know, I have to watch what I say because I don't want to put out there that I wake up and I hate myself because I don't. But I'd be lying if I said I think I look beautiful. I think I can hold my own.
I feel the same way. I mean, I certainly don't think I'm beautiful. I don't think I'm ugly. I think I clean up all right. I'm attractive enough, but beautiful is not something I ever considered myself to be. And I have my own self-esteem issues, but you know, I'm all right.
We may have a couple eye rolls after
It's
this
very
one.
nice when my husband tells me I'm beautiful, and he
it's,
does.
It's okay
so,
because you know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
It is.
But there is what people would say classically beautiful, like a Christy Brinkley.
And that
she's
ain't me.
blonde,
That
whatever.
ain't me.
I saw
Jo-
her in person, and she really is.
Oh, my
not
brother-
even-
She's like
She's
65
not
years old.
even like
She
made up for
looks-
the camera.
Right.
I was blown away. I could
But I
not
think
believe.
that's like because she's happy, right, and
She
healthy.
looks, she can't even say, "Oh, it's Photoshop." No, she
Am I in your
looks
way here,
good.
Jen?
No, I
this?
want to talk to Morgan because, and then we'll go to
Because Morgan
Joanne.
is truly beautiful.
Morgan happens to be absolutely beautiful, like model gorgeous. So I just want to hear, do you ever look at yourself and say, I look beautiful?
No.
Never.
And
Never.
I was looking at
Even
you when-
now?
Yeah.
No.
When we were talking
Jesus.
before the show, you were standing next to Mom, and you look so much like your mom. And I was looking at you, and I thought, my God,
She's gorgeous.
so beautiful. And honestly, I am not just saying that because this is where we went. I literally thought that a short time ago.
But I'm going to tell you something, and this is the honest truth. You are physically beautiful, but if you were a bitch, I would say you were an ugly bitch. And I would never find you pretty. I would find everything wrong with you if you were ugly inside. So the fact that you are such a beautiful person inside, matching that beautiful person outside makes you absolutely gorgeous. But it saddens me that you don't ever look in the mirror and think you're beautiful.
I mean, like when I go out, like I'm like, oh, I'm okay.
I'm looking pretty good today.
I look okay.
But like, I don't, not on a normal basis. Like I usually like fixate on everything that I don't like.
Yeah, don't we all? Don't we all?
We do.
I don't
We're
know.
our own worst critics. Wouldn't you say that?
What do you think, Joanne? Do you ever look at yourself and say, I'm beautiful? Ever?
No.
I'm going to tell you right now, you are beautiful. And when you posted that picture of you in Punta Cana, right, in that black jumpsuit,
you look
I
phenomenal.
said to myself, is that Morgan or Joanne?
You know what? I
And I'm
want
not
to
even
give
kidding.
credit to Roxanne DeVito, who's I love her to death, and she takes amazing pictures because I'm going, wow, and I look.
You looked
I look at the
amazing.
picture, I'm like, wow, I look good, but I don't really look like that.
You look phenomenal.
But she takes a good picture, so and yeah.
You looked
But
really
I
good.
I really, you know, people, and it's the same thing like you. I think sometimes what you portray or what other people perceive you, my insides, what I portray is not really like inside. Like I like my insides.
Yeah.
I like who I am as a.
But no, you have to
but I
like your
don't-
outside too, no? You don't
very
like,
hard-
look,
I'm very
I never
hard
say
on
I'm
myself.
gorgeous.
I'm not looking for
I'm with
compliments.
I don't think I'm gorgeous, but I
I'm
don't
with
think
you.
I
I don't think I'm ugly, but I can pick out every flaw. I
but
work
we all
every
have
day
flaws.
not to pick out all my flaws.
She yells at me
To
all
work
the
in
time
progress.
because
Yeah, you do.
I look at myself and I see myself in the monitor and I'm,
Yeah, but you know what? I don't even feel that way.
On the inside now.
Yeah,
Before, like I didn't like that, but like I love my heart. Like I think I'm very thoughtful. Like I love that, and then there's things that I don't like about myself on the inside. I don't like that I'm moody. I'm really freaking moody.
No. I've never seen you in a bad mood. No, not you.
No, I'm very. I don't like that. I don't like that I have like a bad temper. You know.
Yeah, but you know, like you said, we're human. You can't be perfect.
But I like that I'm thoughtful. I like that I'm caring.
You know what I think is a really good thing really good thing to have. I always say that crow is better eaten warm. So even though I might do something bitchy, or I said something bitchy the other day, and I felt really bad about it right after I said it. I was working with a new person, and immediately I was saying, I didn't want to, I immediately found something that I didn't like, and then I said, it's really stupid of me. Like, don't be so judgmental. But what I like about myself is that I can come out of it really quick, and I can apologize. If I do something to somebody wrong or bitchy, look, I called you up immediately when I canceled that show, right? And I'm sorry. And it's better eaten warm. If you do something that you shouldn't have done, it's best to just cop to it.
I agree.
And obviously, if you molest a young gymnast, apologizing right away is not going to get you out of it. But if you do something to another person, no, because I don't want to,
He's laughing.
Mario's the one who said that.
Yeah, what? Crow is better eaten? I don't know that he ever said it, but it's something that I say.
Who's Mario?
My dad.
Ah.
I just find like the longer you stick with the lie of not admitting that you did wrong, the worse your life is going to get. Just admit you did wrong and move on, and it makes you a better person
that's
inside.
why I think it's hard, but I just wish sometimes people could be. I get in trouble for being direct.
Yeah.
We've talked
about this. Yeah.
But at the same point, it's like what you see is what you get. I'd rather like air it out and move on. I don't like. It's not like I like conflict.
Yeah.
But I also can't run from it. If I see sometimes things that are not. I can see it before everybody else does. And it's a blessing and a curse, because if everybody was just their authentic self, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect by any means, but I own it. If I screw up, but sometimes you don't even know that you screw up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I could say something to you that might offend you, but I have no clue. I'm thinking I'm giving you a compliment.
But also, being direct is a good thing, because it's like I make dinner for my family, and I'll say to them on a scale from 1 to 10, and they'll say like a 9. If you keep telling me it's a 9 and I keep making this crap, it's better if you tell me if it's a 2 and I won't make it anymore. It's like that if you're going to meet a new friend. I mean, if you meet a girl and you start acting like somebody you're not, and you think you're going to build an authentic relationship with that person, then all of a sudden the girl's going to go, well, in the beginning, you were telling me this and you're not really that person. And again, we could talk for hours and hours and hours, but here's the thing. Backed by popular demand, we are going to do Wind Down Wednesdays in the living room starting February 14th. So we will not be here next Friday. We will be airing an archive show. But please, if you want to come on the show on February 14th, we have a studio audience here, and we would love for you to be here. No kids.
We'll bring the wine.
We're going to bring wine, we're going to bring champagne, and we are going to be in the living room, and we would love for you to come. So please, if you're in Massapequa, it's literally 5 minutes. It's right behind the Massapequa train station. Christine's Corner.
Real quick,
awesome.
the pair of pants we started today, I'm kind of liking them just like this, but maybe I'll think about going all the way down the leg. I don't know, but it's up to you. You do what you like.
Love it, love it. We will see you on February 14th, Wind Down Wednesdays in the living room. Valentine's Day. That's why we're going to do it. It's going to be a big show. We're going to talk about how we don't really care about Valentine's Day and how it's overrated, and how we're mad at our husbands because they didn't buy us jewelry that they couldn't afford. We're going to dish. We're going to talk about it all in the living room.
Have a great week, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.